EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the Alamo City of San Antonio, Texas. Today it's week 3 of Anchorage, taking on the Black Knights of San Antonio. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
When we spent our time talking to the coaches prior to the game, they emphasized that they wanted a quick start to begin things. Most of the time you think about that on the offensive side of the ball, but in this case, it's the special teams that provide that quick start.
Well, right away, they'll change the look. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
A gain of 21.
With a start here to the ball game, you get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a good-looking run there as they take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Anchorage first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go. 70 Lion. Warrior 70. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Back to throw. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Huskies get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0.
7. Black Knights, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there. so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Yellow, lining, set.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. When you look at this defense, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
60 red.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Christian Harris. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Ready. Yellow, 43. 22 needle. Switch. Ready.
Robinson up the middle. And he's got this one just across midfield to the 49. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, what an exciting time here in this great city. Of course, it's no stranger. Franchise in the NFL, and these fans, they could not be more excited for what it's going to mean for this city. It's just going to be a great source of civic pride here.
Ready.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Ready.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Set, drill, green. 52, ready.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Black Knights have got it back to within a score. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Gets past one man. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go, here we go.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Ready? Buffalo 18. 18, Pioneer. Go.
They'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think, a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. The bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. When you look at this defense, they're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And for all the routes to keep an eye on in this one, they've got to find a way to take away the crossing routes. Those are the ones that when a receiver catches it on the run, those can really hurt a defense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Viking 18. Dragon 60. Cup 19. Cup 19.
Looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. 3rd catch in his first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
That is caught by Laporta. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Sam Laporta, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Huskies go up by 2 touchdowns.
Did you see how the linebackers froze for just a second? That's why you run play action. You want to keep them rooted in the spot and create a little bit of extra space so your tight end can find some room behind him. And then the quarterback finds his target downfield, and he turns it into 6 points.
Boswell good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7.
21. Black Knights 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Blue striker. Here we go, set. 46, Mega. Slide through. Ready?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking middle, he finds Royals. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Ready, ready, set.
They go play action here on first down. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Robinson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Ready.
2nd and 3. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Third and goal.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Ready.
From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal.
Red, 38. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack. And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. And he goes out of bounds. But they're already on the edge of the red zone as he returns this to the 20.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
60 Eagles, 60, Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That was good. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
They'll look to throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Warriors, 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Keanu Benton, the one who got in to bury him.
The lessons will continue. This rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
On the double.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Red, green, jack.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Set, hunt. Blue, 30, set.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Third down at 6.
Here we go. Drill green, 52 blue. Set, go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
This is taken at the 18. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. second down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. And he's got some space here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
It's a gain of
And that one results in 35 yards.
First down.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got him in. It's Brown. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown from 21 yards away. And the Huskies will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score. Huskies 28. Black Knights 10. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
10 at their own 31-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless... Touchdown! Jalen Royals, 68 yards. And the Black Knights get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
They'll take over first down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3. They've got his man complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Huskies are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here we go. Here we go. 33. Hut, hut.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play in this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Ready, ready. 50, green. Set, go.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
12 yards.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
36-yard line.
Down. Yellow, 43. Rail. Steel, black. Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this one going nowhere. What a hit that time to bull rush in there and drop him behind the line. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Let's go. Hey, check that street. Liking 18. Go, Rig. Go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line.
Trap 60. Set. Knife 18. Pioneer.
They're going to look to throw. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Sam Laporta, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Huskies take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point now by Boswell. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score, Huskies 42, Black Knights 17. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Let's go.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Blue, 32. Smash, red. Needle, blue. Set, go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Ready, set.
Second and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Set.
They'll look to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Now a second and 10.
22 needle, ready. Yellow, 22 strikers, 3, black shot, ready.
Back to throw again. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
Here we go, set. Yellow, slide, 97, red, yellow.
Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
Ready.
They'll look to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
17. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Okay,
The
ready?
offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10.
Come on, set. 50, green. Needle, blue. Set, go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 18 more yards there and another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Robinson on a give right side. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Slide through.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Robinson fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Set, ready. Black, 95. Set, cut.
They'll set up to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
18 Cardinal.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Rashard Smith, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Black Knights get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that will cut this lead down to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
19, side, head the street, go!
A run up the middle with Irving. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Smash, red. Ready.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. That's Kalijah Cansey in to get him down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Drill green. Ready.
Now back to throw. That's complete to Robinson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
Black shot, set, ready. Blue.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Roll. 70 Timberwolves. Go track. Go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's a second and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Down to the 25.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Anchorage, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for San Antonio, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a